It's Wednesday, June 24th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing two boys. Your top news headlines in just a moment.
And it's the BMO Ride for Cancer. We'll find out how donating today could make a $300,000 difference for local cancer care. That is in our second hour.
Plus, a buy local block party. I'll head to the Halifax's Hydrostone neighborhood to preview a retail anniversary party, and we are all invited. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning to you. Come on in. We're halfway through the week. It's 6:01 on this Wednesday, June 24th, first full Wednesday of summer. Yes. So glad you're joining us today. Yesterday was such a rainy day in the Halifax area. I came home and my girls were home that day, and they were watching Disney movies and doing their nails.
Oh,
so
nice.
I thought, well, this is going to be an afternoon, isn't it?
Right?
And I leaned into the rain.
Like a lovely afternoon.
It was so nice. How'd you pass the rainy afternoon?
Well, I put on my best raincoat and my best rain pants and walked the dog for a good half hour. Still gotta be done. And then I had a really cozy day. Same thing, like you mentioned, leaning into it. I was seeing in the video too from the block party you're going to show us more about later, like Albin Lane candles. Lit a candle, stayed inside. We did some family Lego.
Nice.
So it was great. How about you, Latavia?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I had errands to run out in the rain, so.
Good thing to do on a rainy day, though. It is good to run errands.
Exactly. So that's basically what I spent my afternoon doing, and then at home later, the kids were playing around, and yeah. Before you know it, it's dinner time and bedtime, and then back at it.
Okay, so we reflected thoroughly on our rainy Tuesday, but what does our Wednesday weather look like?
Well, starting off wet yet again. We are going to see the brunt of this system now situated into Newfoundland, bringing that heavier rainfall their way. For the Maritime region, we are seeing some shower activity early on. Parts of the region will see clearing into the afternoon, leaving some sunshine.
Okay, let's see which parts.
Right.
Well, as you can see over in Bedeque, cloudy, foggy, and a bit of a wet start to the day. We are still getting some shower activity early this morning, so keep that in mind when you are heading out. Don't forget your rain gear and allot some extra time out on your morning commute. Now, it is quite warm across the Maritime region, extending into Newfoundland and Labrador this morning. 14 degrees in Halifax, 12 degrees starting off your day in Yarmouth, with 16 right now in Charlottetown, 11 into Fredericton. Here's a look at the rainfall warning now in effect for much of Newfoundland because of the system that we're experiencing. Going to see some heavier rainfall totals until Thursday morning. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. You can see that precipitation tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada today. Now, we will be seeing some of that clear out for the Maritime region, leaving sunshine, and Labrador will be seeing some sunshine return as well today. In terms of our wind forecast, wind will pick up into the afternoon. As of right now, 37 kilometers per hour in Canso, 22 in Sydney with 20 into Grand Etang, 15 in Moncton. Wind gusts getting up to 43 kilometers per hour this morning in Grand Etang, 35 in Sydney. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Tuesday was by-election day in Nova Scotia's newest provincial riding. The riding is called Cheticamp Margaries Pleasant Bay, and it's hoped its creation will help give a bigger voice to Acadians in the province. In the end, it was a victory for Conservative Claude Bourgeois, beating Liberal candidate Dennis Cormier by 235 votes. New Democrat Trevor Poirier came a distant third with 258 votes, with the Green candidate garnering 44. Tuesday's by-election marked the end of a short campaign, given that the new riding was announced less than 4 months ago. There are almost 4,000 registered electors in the riding and nearly 2,700 cast ballots. So voter turnout was 68.81%. Jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing two boys. The 12 jurors were sequestered yesterday after closing arguments from the Crown and defense. 46-year-old Roman Commissioner is accused in the stabbing deaths of a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old in January of last year before attempting to take his own life with a nail gun to the head. The boys' identities are protected under a publication ban. The accused has pleaded not guilty to the charges. A man is in hospital after a shooting in Halifax Tuesday morning. Police say the 25-year-old victim was found suffering from a gunshot wound just after 9:30 a.m. in the city's West End. He was taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police do not believe this was a random incident. A former Fredericton police officer has been charged with perjury, uttering forged documents, and breach of trust.
It is paramount that we communicate not only through our own means, but also with the media to let the public know that we're taking these steps to ensure that any event that's taking place within the organization is being dealt with swiftly.
According to Fredericton Police Chief Gary Forward, information came to light back in November about the alleged actions of former Constable Andrew Savoy. The chief says the force realized the issues may have been criminal in nature late last year. They brought in an outside police force to investigate. Savoy joined the force in 2023 and resigned in January of this year. The charges against him have not been proven in court. New Brunswick is planning a state funeral to honor a former lieutenant governor who died on June 17th. Marilyn Trenholm Council was a family physician in Sackville and Port Elgin and was appointed the Queen's representative in the province by former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien in 1997. She was named to the Senate of Canada in 2003. Her funeral will be held on Friday. The ongoing movement toward reconciliation was in the spotlight at an event in Halifax last night. This fireside chat at the Central Library was hosted by Mount St. Vincent's Child and Youth Study Development Department. The goal was to shine a light on reconciliation in action.
Really, we want to get people realizing they're not alone. So if other people have these kinds of experiences, hopefully they see themselves reflected in these stories and find ways that they can also deal with their own traumas, their own challenges, and talk openly about their own stories.
The university also launched a new book available for free online, Reimagining the Spaces We Occupy, which highlights diverse women's stories. Finally, Canada will play its next massive match at the World Cup this afternoon. The team is coming off a historic 6-0 win over Qatar, but head coach Jesse Marsh, as well as star striker Jonathan David, say there's no time to celebrate.
Always have to think on the next one, so there's no really time to reflect. You just have to appreciate what happened next game, but on to the next.
We know that as proud as we are of the performance against Qatar, that to really capitalize on that performance, we need to back it up with an even better one against Switzerland. So that's been the talking point. That's been the concentration.
Marsh has also confirmed that star player and Canada's captain, Alphonso Davies, will be available for the game, but he is expected to start on the bench. And that match kicks off today from Vancouver at 4 p.m. Atlantic time, and you can watch it on TSN, CTV, and Crave. Wonder how many people are like, I have to leave work early today.
I can't go to work.
Yeah, I've got an appointment.
Kevin.
Well, I would have to say, you kind of saw it there. One of the biggest stars at the tournament, at least for Canada. It's the turf they're playing on in Vancouver.
Right? They're dealing with some heat down there.
They are. Check it out, though. The Stars love it.
Everyone was buzzing me that loved it. I thought it was pretty cool. The pitch was great quality.
Yeah, there it is. The grass pitch has been getting rave reviews from players. The field was installed just for the World Cup. It was grown by a sod farm in Abbotsford, BC. The company beat out several U.S. farms to win the job, adding more Canadian content to the World Cup on home soil. It's so good that the players are noticing it, but that does look like lush, nice turf.
So nice. Real home soil, right?
Literally home soil. So that will get the test this afternoon in Vancouver. 3 o'clock is the game start, Eastern time, 4 o'clock our time.
Yes.
4:30 Newfoundland and Labrador time.
Yeah, good to know.
But you know what that timing means? It means that our news shows are going to be moved.
Right.
So,
Yes.
as you know, CTV, TSN, and Crave are your home for coverage for the 5-week tournament. But if you wanted to watch the CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6, you don't have to turn the channel. They will be on this channel, CTV2, today to accommodate the game. More information can be found at that QR code or at ctvnewsatlantic.ca.
Because the news never stops.
The news never stops. Yeah, it's, you can go online and see news. I also have the little push notification set up on my phone, so I see when all breaking news is happening.
Yeah.
Very, very useful.
Very handy, yeah. If you don't have the CTV News app, highly recommend you download it. It's very easy to see videos, very user-friendly. All right. Speaking of, or you can just watch us, because still ahead I'll have your national and international news headlines on this Wednesday morning, and Latavia has more details on the clearing that we have in store today.
Hey, clearing.
Here's a live look at Fredericton. Not much traffic to talk about this morning. We'll have more details on the sunshine and the daily highs in just a few moments.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and welcome back. The time now is 6:13. We are taking a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland, starting off at 10 degrees this morning. A chance of showers early on before rain moves in, and that will be a little bit later on this morning into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. It's quite a warm start to the day across much of the region. As of right now, 14 degrees as you head outdoors in Halifax, 16 in Charlottetown, 11 degrees in Fredericton. Heading outdoors this morning in Labrador City, it is 9 degrees and 12 into Corner Brook. We do have a rainfall warning in effect for parts of Newfoundland until Thursday morning. We are expecting rain at around 50 to 80 millimeters of precipitation. Here's a look at the current system tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada. Early this morning, we are going to see that cloud coverage and fog break down for parts of the Maritime region, leaving a bit of sunshine early this morning. We do have shower activity, though, for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, going to see wet weather move in there as well. We are looking at a bit of shower activity for parts of Labrador, rain at times heavy for parts of Newfoundland. And into this afternoon, we will see this precipitation start to break down for parts of Nova Scotia, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. However, showers will return across New Brunswick with a risk of thunderstorms. Into tonight, we see the system begin to clear out even more from the southern region of Nova Scotia, parts of Prince Edward Island, holding on to precipitation, though. A chance of showers will take us into early Thursday morning before clearing out, leaving sunshine for all 3 maritime provinces. Newfoundland and Labrador still dealing with some wet weather. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for New Brunswick, only seeing an additional 2 to 5 millimeters. For Nova Scotia, looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters, heaviest being into North Mountain at 10 to 20 millimeters. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador looking quite light. Newfoundland picking up those totals, heaviest being 40 to 50 millimeters into Gander. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 19 degrees in Edmundston up to 23. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud to start the day as clouds start to break down. And then we have a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms into this afternoon with wind gusts of 40. Prince Edward Island, highs between 15 to 18 degrees today. Shower activity starts off the day, will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Wind gusts will pick up to 40 as well today. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 15 to 20 degrees. Showers expected today with wind gusts of 40. For the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at a bit of shower activity to start your day, will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with daytime highs between 18 to 24 being the warmest into Shelburne. And we do have a breezy wind with gusts of 40. 18 degrees today for Labrador City, a mix of sun and cloud with clouds clearing out into the afternoon, leaving lots of sunshine. 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at showers transitioning over to rain into later this morning and into the afternoon. For a forecast on Thursday, we are going to see sunshine return, a low chance of showers for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Labrador looking at a bit of shower activity, although holding on to sunshine. And for Newfoundland, looking at some more wet weather ahead. That's a look at your weather. I'm going to throw things over to Amanda.
Investigators are sifting through a 100-page manifesto left by the gunman behind Monday's deadly shooting in Montreal. CTV's Jean-Pierre Beauchemin has more on what the document reveals.
The large police perimeter protecting the crime scene is now gone. Broken glass, bullet holes, all examined by investigators. They confirmed that a violent manifesto was left behind in the shooter's hotel room. And the coroner's office has identified the suspect as 25-year-old Seth Scott Hatfield of Lethbridge, Alberta. There, police conducted an early morning high-risk operation, searching in a residential area near the Lethbridge University where the suspect was a student. Officers are working to piece together why he traveled to Montreal, booked a hotel room, and carried out the shooting. The more than 100-page document he left behind reads like a rambling thesis on incel ideology: anti-women, anti-capitalist, anti-establishment. An ideology with echoes to the 2018 van attack that killed 11 people, injured 15 in Toronto, and the Polytechnic massacre in Montreal in 1989. The shooter then left a note blaming feminists for ruining his life.
The manosphere being this not centralized movement that has different branches within it that is very active on the web. So the incel movement is one of them.
In the manifesto, the shooter also blames the pornography industry for increased isolation of young men, for weakening their will to fight the system. Alo, Pornhub's parent company, is right across the street from the hotel. But investigators have not confirmed that this may have played a part in the suspect's decision to strike here. Montreal's Mayor Soraya Martinez Ferrada said she did not want to make comments on the manifesto, but said misogyny and hate overwhelm social media.
When you see recruitment of young people through social media, it is very concerning.
And she says more has to be done to ensure that hate doesn't spill onto the streets of her city. The perimeter around the crime scene has now been lifted, but the investigation into just what happened here is far from over. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Montreal.
New data suggests Canadians are starting to venture across the border again. The figures show Canadians made 2.4 million trips to the United States in April. That's up 1.8% compared to a year ago. Experts say despite the uptick, U.S. travel is still 26% below where it was in 2024. And stateside, for the first time, the U.S. Senate voted to end the war in Iran. This comes after the House also passed the measure a few weeks ago. ABC's Karen Hua is in Washington with the details.
President Trump is set to meet with Senate Republicans today, furious after they voted with Democrats to stop the war in Iran unless there's approval from Congress.
Only Congress has the power to take this nation to war, and this one must end. In fact, Trump never, ever should have started it.
This is the 10th time the Senate has tried to stop this war. The House approved a similar measure a few weeks back. While Tuesday's vote is largely symbolic, President Trump is expected to quickly veto it. It's a clear sign of bipartisan frustration.
Obviously, it's going differently than originally we were told it was going to go. I agree with the original aims, but it does not seem as if we've accomplished them.
But President Trump still touted the deal as triumphant, speaking to a rally in Pennsylvania.
Now we're leaving Iran with no Navy, no Air Force, no anti-aircraft, no missile capability, no nuclear program. We're leaving them without any nuclear capacity, and they've agreed to that.
But Iran has made no new commitments regarding its nuclear program in the deal signed with the U.S. And while President Trump says Iran has agreed to allow nuclear inspections, Iran's foreign ministry says they do not have any plans to allow IAEA inspections of Iran's nuclear facilities.
Iranians are saying there's no scheduled visit for the IAEA inspectors. Is that part of your agreement?
They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspections.
Despite bipartisan disapproval of the war with Iran, the Pentagon is still asking Congress for nearly $80 billion taxpayer dollars to cover the cost of the war and military budget shortfalls. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
Across the pond, an extreme heat wave is gripping many parts of Europe. Heat alerts are in effect in several countries, including France, where there's been unseasonably hot. In Paris, temperatures topped 37 degrees Celsius, so officials made the decision to temporarily close the Eiffel Tower. All right, we're going to take another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your top business headlines, plus your must-see moment from TSN. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
All right, it's 6:25 and time now to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello there, Matt Scooby with you inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For it, we will head to St. Louis. Diamondbacks taking on the Cardinals. Nelson Velasquez is going to lift one to shallow left center. Tommy Troy and Geraldo Perdomo converge on the ball. Now, Perdomo makes the grab with Troy crashing into him. The runner from third going to tag, breaks for home, but Perdomo throws him out. Rather unusual double play that could have been a disaster for Arizona, but that is your must-see moment. And that's it from the Sports Center newsroom. For all the latest news, scores, and highlights, head to tsn.ca or the TSN app. Have a great rest of your day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick, a high of 24 degrees today. Starting off the day with a mix of sun and cloud, seeing a chance of showers return into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. On Thursday, 23 degrees, starting off with sunshine yet again, a low chance of showers into the afternoon. And then on Friday, wet weather continues, 19 degrees with showers across the province. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today. Showers will clear for parts of the province, leaving a bit of sunshine. 23 degrees on Thursday, mainly sunny with increasing cloudiness. And then into Friday, we're looking at sunshine returning, a high of 22, evening showers. For Prince Edward Island, 18 degrees today with showers across the province, clearing into the afternoon. For Thursday, 15 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. On Friday, 22 degrees, cloudy skies and evening showers. Time now is 6:27.
Coming up this half hour, we're taking a dip in the Move Morning Chat. We want to know your favorite place to swim this summer. We'll share ours in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, happy Wednesday. You have made it halfway through the week. It is 6:30, 7 o'clock if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And we're so happy that you can spend part of your Wednesday morning with us. It's also the last few days of school for students in Nova Scotia, PEI, and for the students in New Brunswick. We hope your summer's off to a great start. I know we need the rain. Hasn't been feeling exactly summery, but
no.
Sounds like we're going to get that sunshine a little later today.
Some of us anyway.
Yeah, parts of the region will see sunshine. Parts of New Brunswick seeing sunshine early this morning before shower activity returns. So we are in this trend of a bit of sunshine, a bit of a wet soaking for parts of the region.
We need the rain. We do. The grass is lush.
It is very lush. I know a lot of schools, too, towards the end of the school year, they do a field day. Do you remember that?
Girl, my favorite.
Yeah, so great.
Back.
You know, and those usually outside, you get paired with different students from different grade levels. You're on different teams.
That's fun.
Obstacle courses.
How come we don't have field days anymore as adults?
I already said we're going to get one set up here in our parking lot for us.
Perfect.
Okay?
You know,
field day for grown-ups.
Well, and you know which one we're going to start with.
What?
A classic, a favorite.
Obstacle course?
Oh, that's a good one, too. Parachute.
Every time you say field day, I think of the parachute.
The parachute.
Parachute for sure.
Magical moment.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah, weather. I guess we should see what we're actually dealing with.
Okay.
We'll fantasize later.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as you can see, it is a wet start to the day in Charlottetown. Just keep this in mind when you are heading out. For Charlottetown, we are expecting showers on and off throughout your day today. Currently 16 degrees, though, in your area. We are going to hold on to this warmth across the region to start. Temperatures will remain seasonal to above seasonal for our daytime highs. Yet again, we're seeing this trend of temperatures warming up. We do have that wet weather tracking across parts of the region, so make sure to grab your rain gear before heading out and also allot some extra time out on your morning commute. In terms of our current temperatures, as I mentioned, a warm start to the day. We are going to have those light layers on this morning, but we are going to see that sunshine return into the afternoon. 14 degrees right now in Halifax, 15 starting off your day in Moncton, 10 degrees in Labrador City, as well as into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a rainfall warning in effect for parts of Newfoundland until Thursday morning because we are seeing the heaviest of that precipitation situated over there. Chance of showers to start for Newfoundland, seeing rain later this morning into the afternoon. And for the Maritime region, we are going to see some showers pop up into the afternoon as well, clearing for parts of Nova Scotia, leaving some sunshine across Prince Edward Island as well. In terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit of a breezy one yet again today. As of right now, sustained wind 31 kilometers per hour in Canso, 22 in St. John, New Brunswick, 20 into Sydney and North Cape. One wind gust at this time getting up to 30 kilometers per hour in Sydney. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
We began with results of Tuesday's by-election in Nova Scotia's newest provincial riding. The riding is called Cheticamp Margaries Pleasant Bay, and it's hoped its creation will give a bigger voice to Acadians in the province. In the end, it was a decisive victory for PC Claude Bourgeois, beating Liberal candidate Dennis Cormier by 235 votes. New Democrat Trevor Poirier came a distant third with 258 votes, with the Green candidate garnering 44. Tuesday's by-election marked the end of a short campaign, given that the new riding was announced less than 4 months ago. There are almost 4,000 registered electors in the riding and nearly 2,700 cast ballots, so voter turnout was 68.81%. Jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys. The 12 jurors were sequestered yesterday after closing arguments from the Crown and defense. 46-year-old Roman Commissioni is accused in the stabbing deaths of a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old in January of last year before attempting to take his own life with a nail gun to the head. The boys' identities are protected by a publication ban. The accused has pleaded not guilty to the charges. As we told you here yesterday, Halifax Mayor Andy Fillmore is under police investigation after the Auditor General questioned some spending from his office. The AG says what he found was past his comfort zone, so he passed it on. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has reaction.
There's a storm brewing over Halifax City Hall.
It's disappointing.
Dartmouth Centre Councillor Sam Austin is talking about a police investigation that is underway after the city's Auditor General came across some spending by Mayor Andy Fillmore's office that caught his eye.
I referred my concerns to Halifax Regional Police for a couple of these because I felt that this was a little past my comfort zone. And they felt a little too close to the situation, so they passed it along to the RCMP.
This all happened between June 2025 and February 2026.
On May 22nd, the RCMP received a referral from Halifax Regional Police due to a possible conflict of interest in regards to financial irregularities identified by the Auditor General.
The AG focused on 2 procurements totaling more than $100,000, neither of which went out for tender. Part of that included payment of $14,000 to an outside speechwriter. Fillmore also billed his office for 2 external legal expenses for close to $8,000. The second of which came after being told the first one didn't comply with municipal policy.
The policy is clear, and to do it a second time after you're told, that's concerning. And, I can see why the AG would want to flag that and send it off for investigation.
Mayor Fillmore says he accepts the AG's findings and the police investigation.
Obviously, it's a very uncomfortable place to be. Anyone would feel that. I'm certain that it will all be found to be unremarkable.
Regardless of the outcome of the investigation, Councillor Austin says incidents like this tend to erode the public's confidence in City Hall.
Ultimately, in politics, the actions of one reflect on all of us.
Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
New Brunswick is planning a state funeral to honor a former lieutenant governor who died on June 17th. Marilyn Trenholm Council was a family physician in Sackville and Port Elgin and was appointed to the Queen's representative in the province by former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien in 1997. She was named to the Senate of Canada in 2003. Her funeral will be held on Friday. Finally, 3 Atlantic Canadians will compete on the upcoming season of the Amazing Race Canada.
If I'm up for the battle of Amazing Race Canada, absolutely. I'm Maestro Fresh West. I live in St. John, New Brunswick.
I'm Dwayne D.L. Gibson. I live in Woodbridge, Ontario.
And together, we are Canada's finest. Oh, yeah.
Maestro Fresh West, who calls St. John home, is teaming up with his longtime friend, Dwayne D.O. Gibson. The award-winning hip-hop artist will compete against 9 other teams, including this duo from Newfoundland and Labrador.
We're hoping to make Labrador proud. We're here to put the big land on the map. I'm Dana. And I'm Cordelia. And we're from Wabush, Labrador.
Yeah, Dana and Cordelia, they're a mother and daughter duo, and they're the second team to represent Labrador. Season 12 of the Amazing Race Canada begins Tuesday, July 7th at 10 p.m. Atlantic on CTV and is available for streaming the next day on Crave.
They look like sisters.
Yeah, they do.
I know, and they're mother and daughter.
Wow.
And of course, you know that I absolutely love Maestro Fresh West. So
Yeah.
I'll be watching.
Yes, when I saw the casting announcement yesterday and saw that he was on it, I was like, oh, this is so exciting. Like, I'm going to root for him. And then I'm like, wait, we've got another Atlantic Canadian team.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Very exciting season ahead.
All right, I'm going to bring our attention back to FIFA because it's a big day for Canada.
Yeah.
Jerseys are lovely, but this may be more the way you might like to complete your look for World Cup games. Take a look. This is happening in Miami. World Cup nails. And I like how she's got them a little bit shorter, too. Business is booming at Vanity Project's nail salon in Miami. They're offering manis-pedis with team colors and designs. And they hope the World Cup they say that they'll stay on 24/7 even after the game, but the Sun says Brazil, Argentina, and Portugal have been the top choices for customers in Miami. Wow. And at its New York branch, Japan has been the #1 choice. But see, they're the options. They do. I'm sure that's a lot of work.
Oh, absolutely, but so incredible.
So cool. I don't see a Canada one.
Oh, I did. I did.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. All right. Good.
Very awesome.
So cool. Love a theme. All right, still ahead, we're going to head to Hollywood for your entertainment headlines. Latavia has the latest look at the forecast. And also, it is time for the Move Morning Chat. Join on in. We want to know, when the temperatures rise, where's your favorite place to go for a swim around here? We'll have that conversation on the other side of the break. Right now, it's 6:40.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy hump day. The time now is 6:43. We're taking a live look at McAdam. It's a bit of a cloudy start to the day. We are expecting a bit of sunshine before a chance of showers returns and a risk of thunderstorms. Currently 14 degrees in your area, so quite warm starting off your day for the Maritime region. Parts of Newfoundland and Labrador also warming up. It is 11 degrees as you head outdoors in Fredericton, 16 in Charlottetown with 14 in Halifax, 10 degrees in Labrador City, and 12 degrees over in Corner Brook. We do have a rainfall warning currently issued for parts of Newfoundland until Thursday morning as we expect some heavier rainfall to move in at around 50 to 80 millimeters. Here's a look at that forecast timeline. We are seeing a cloudier start to the day for New Brunswick. For Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, still dealing with some shower activity early this morning to start. Labrador has some shower activity, a bit of sunshine starting off your day, and then Newfoundland going to start to see that heavier rainfall as showers become a bit steadier. Into the afternoon, we will start to see some of that precipitation clear out for parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, leaving some sunshine. But for New Brunswick, we are going to see a chance of some scattered showers return into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Into tonight, fog expected to redevelop. We are going to see shower activity remain for parts of the region, clearing out for the southern region of Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. And into Thursday morning, we are going to see sunshine return for much of the maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador still dealing with some shower activity. For Newfoundland, a bit on the heavier side. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing an additional 2 to 5 millimeters across New Brunswick today, 5 to 10 around parts of Nova Scotia, the heaviest being into North Mountain at 10 to 20 millimeters. Labrador not really seeing accumulation from this system, but for Newfoundland, the heaviest is going to be around 40 to 50 millimeters for Gander. Here's a look at our forecast today for New Brunswick. Starting off the day a bit cloudy, but seeing that cloud coverage break down, leaving some sunshine. And then we have a chance of scattered showers into the afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs will range from 19 degrees in Edmonton up to 23, wind gusts of 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 15 to 18 degrees today, being the warmest in the summer side. A chance of showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the province. Wind gusts of 40. And then for Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, showers on and off throughout the day today. Daytime highs between 15 to 20 degrees. And we are going to see a bit of a breezy day ahead right across the province. For the rest of Nova Scotia, showers will clear, leaving sunshine until the late afternoon. Daytime highs between 18 to 24, being the warmest in Shelburne. And then for Labrador City, we're looking at a high of 18 degrees today. Lots of sunshine for this part of the province. 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Showers transition over to rain. For our forecast on Thursday, we are going to see sunshine for parts of the maritime region. Showers, though, remain for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. And for Newfoundland, holding on to a bit of heavier shower activity. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. It's that time again, the Move Morning Chat with Aaron and Peter. This morning is my favorite question. So we are asking you, what is your favorite place to go swim in the summer? Aaron, Peter, I'm taking notes. Tell me.
Well, I feel like there are lake people and there are ocean people. I'm somewhere in the middle, but more so for the lake. And I have to say we are very, very blessed and super, super lucky to have a cottage in Antigonish County in Nova Scotia. And the lake that we swim in there is, I mean, it just brings back so many memories from when my kids were little. And even before we had kids, we'd been going to the same lake to swim. And it's very special. It's called Loch Arbor Lake. And it's a beautiful 13-kilometer long lake that's very deep in the middle, but where we swim is very safe and not very deep at all. And just love to go in there. The water gets so warm by about August. The water is really warming up. But we go in as soon as we can and then try to swim as late as we can as well. So that's my favorite place to swim.
And I'm more of a ocean swimmer, I think. I love swimming in the ocean all summer long. Queensland Beach is where you'll find me most of the summer. I just find it, the water's gorgeous. The sand is beautiful. The water could be chilly, but it gets nice, you know, later on in the summer. That's actually where I go for my cold plunging in the winter as well. I go there every New Year's Day and cold plunge at, do the polar bear dip at Queensland Beach. So no matter the weather, it is just gorgeous. Queensland Beach is like my favorite spot to get any swimming done for sure.
It's a good choice. That was my favorite beach, I have to say, growing up. That was the one my family always went to. But now that I'm an adult, I'm going to take us over to Martinique Beach, the provincial park. Is that yours too?
Yes, I love it there.
Okay, well then let us talk about how wonderful it is. It's 5 kilometers long, so it's great for a walk. It's got white sand. It's so beautiful. It's just in East Pepeswick. It's a great spot to go, and it's also the longest sandy beach in Nova Scotia. I really love going there. In particular, I've walked there with my in-laws quite a bit and just really enjoyed it.
I brought the boys there for the first time last summer and got sunny in the water. It was still a bit cooler, but I was just right on in there. I love it there.
It's a great, and you know what? I'm going to shout out to my favorite beach in New Brunswick while we're at it, Parley Beach.
I love Parley.
Pointe du Chien. Oh, it's a great one. Party Beach sometimes, right?
So I will, because you took mine, I will say that I love going to Kearney Lake.
Oh, Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
I find because my kids are quite young, when it's too hot out, we can't really bring them like a far drive to the beach. So we do go to that one a lot, Kearney Lake, just to take a quick dip, or we go to my mom's friend's house and swim in the pool. But yeah, Kearney Lake, I actually really like it. Pretty nice water, not too cold actually either.
True. And that's a good one if you're right in the Halifax area.
Exactly.
And want to do some paddle boarding too. It's a nice spot to go paddle boarding. So we're throwing the question to our viewers this morning. We're asking, where is your favorite place to swim in the summer? Send us a text at 10400. Bonus points if you have a photo, and we'll share your answers a little later.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:53. We want to know, where do you like to go swimming?
Okay,
Crystal?
well, I'm telling you, none of you mentioned any beaches along the Northumberland Strait, so northern Nova Scotia or the west coast of Cape Breton. It's the warmest waters north of the Carolinas.
Really?
It's warm. Like, you do have to wait till August to get into the water. I'm sure it's not warm at this very moment, but by mid-July, you'll be able to go swimming. The temperatures of the water will be 20, up to maybe 23 degrees. It's glorious, and the beaches have nice sand. Oh my gosh, yes. So for me, it is in fact Port Hood Beach, and then Inverness Beach would be my second favorite. Actually, McLeod's Beach is my #1, but then Port Hood, then Inverness.
Okay, I'm going to jot these down.
You must come visit. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And before we go there, we're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
Health news for Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Daryl Hall of Hall & Oates. The 79-year-old announcing on Instagram he recently received a kidney transplant from a very kind and generous living donor. The singer added he's already starting to feel better, and his doctors say it was a complete success. Hall adding that he should be back to normal in a few months.
What's your plan?
No, I don't really have one. I'm kind of new to the action genre.
HBO Max has released the trailer for Stewart Fails to Save the Universe. The Big Bang Theory spin-off follows a comic store employee as he tries to restore reality. It premieres next month.
I hope that's not what you're wearing to the dinner. That's all.
Get ready to strut the runway in your living room. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming to streaming on July 29th. You can watch it on Disney Plus and Hulu. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. And happy birthday to actress Mindy Kaling. She turns 47 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Happening now in local news, Nova Scotia's PC Party has picked up the province's newest and smallest riding following a by-election last night. We'll have the results just ahead. And in St. John, jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a man accused of killing 2 boys. And in entertainment news, Juno Award-winning singer-songwriter Amanda Marshall is taking her Dirty 30 tour to the Maritimes. We'll tell you where she's performing and when, just ahead. Those details coming up next in your news headlines at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. But first, Latavia has the 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Amanda. Starting off in New Brunswick, 24 degrees is your daytime high today. A bit of sunshine early in the morning before scattered showers return with risk of thunderstorms. 23 degrees on Thursday. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud, seeing isolated showers return into the afternoon. For Friday, 19 degrees with shower activity. Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today. Showers will clear, leaving sunshine for parts of the province. Sunshine continues in the forecast on Thursday with a high of 23. 22 on Friday. Evening showers expected. Prince Edward Island, 18 degrees today. Showers will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. A mix of sun and cloud continues in the forecast on Thursday, cooling down to 15, but warming up on Friday to 22. Cloudy skies with evening showers. Time now is 6:56. We'll be right back after this.
Wednesday, June 24th, today on Your Morning Atlantic, jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And welcoming visitors this summer. We'll check in with Tourism Nova Scotia about the summer season ahead. Those stories and more coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7 o'clock, and I am proud to be a Maritimer. It's so beautiful here.
Yes.
I've been hooked ever since I first laid eyes on the region. It's gorgeous. Every time you explore somewhere new, you fall more in love.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is true.
A big thing I notice is when I leave the Maritimes or the East Coast and come back, you realize how wonderful the salt air smells.
Oh, yeah, it's magical.
Yeah.
I had my grandma visit, like the first of my family to come out here.
Oh, lovely.
And she fell in love. She was sold. I was like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, wow.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I like the drive from the airport to the city because it's all trees. It's just so different than most drives to and fro an airport.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. I never really thought about it that way. Plus, Halifax-Stanfield is a gorgeous airport.
Love that airport.
And if you're driving around, the Lupins are gorgeous right now.
Oh, yay, the Lupins. Yes, they're so pretty. I love the purple, I love the pink.
Purple and
Sometimes you get a white one or a light pink one. Yeah. Anyway, bring them on.
Bring them all on. The summer season.
And, I mean, where else can you find so many lighthouses?
That's true.
Very true. I was literally just Googling lighthouses in our region.
To go
I don't know
explore
why.
them? Or
yeah.
just to look at
I don't know why. I'm like obsessed with lighthouses. I was like, let me look some up.
Island was one that we had one of our guests mention yesterday as a place to visit.
Crystal Richard, she's got a place there.
Ooh.
Yeah, she loved it so much she bought a place.
Right? Well, as you can see here, it's a little bit of a cloudier start to the day. We are going to see a chance of showers move in to Grand Manan and other areas of New Brunswick this afternoon. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out. As of right now, it is 15 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick, 16 starting off your day in Charlottetown, with 12 degrees in Sydney, 15 in Halifax, 10 degrees in Labrador City, as well as into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a rainfall moving in for parts of Newfoundland, bringing some heavier rainfall totals your way, something to keep in mind as well for today. We could see 50 to 80 millimeters until Thursday morning. Here's a look at the system currently tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada. A chance of showers for parts of the Maritime region to start your day, and seeing the return of a chance of showers for New Brunswick this afternoon. Labrador looking at a bit of shower activity, and Newfoundland transitioning over from a chance of showers to periods of rain into the afternoon. In terms of our wind forecast, is going to be a bit of a breezy one yet again today. 31 kilometers per hour right now in Canso, with 22 in St. John, New Brunswick, 20 into North Cape and Sydney. Wind gusts of 30 kilometers per hour in Sydney right now. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we begin with results from Tuesday's by-election in Nova Scotia's newest provincial riding. The riding is called Shedicamp Margaries Pleasant Bay, and it's hoped its creation will help give a bigger voice to Acadians in the province. In the end, it was a decisive victory for PC Claude Bourgeois, beating Liberal candidate Dennis Cormier by 235 votes. New Democrat Trevor Poirier came a distant third with 258 votes, with the Green candidate garnering 44. Tuesday's by-election marked the end of a short campaign, given that the new riding was announced less than 4 months ago. There are almost 4,000 registered electors in the riding and nearly 2,700 cast ballots, so voter turnout was nearly 69%. Jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys. The 12 jurors were sequestered yesterday after closing arguments from the Crown and defense. 46-year-old Roman Commissioni is accused in the stabbing deaths of a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old in January of last year, before attempting to take his own life with a nail gun to the head. The boys' identities are protected by a publication ban. The accused has pleaded not guilty to the charges. A man is in hospital after a shooting in Halifax Tuesday morning. Police say the 25-year-old victim was found suffering from a gunshot wound just after 9:30 a.m. in the city's West End. He was taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say they do not believe this was a random incident. A former Fredericton police officer has been charged with perjury, uttering forged documents, and breach of trust.
It is paramount that we communicate not only through our own means, but also with the media to let the public know that we're taking these steps to ensure that any event that's taking place within the organization is being dealt with swiftly.
According to Fredericton Police Chief Gary Forward, information came to light back in November about the alleged actions of former Constable Andrew Savoy. The chief says the force realized the issues may have been criminal in nature late last year. They brought in an outside police force to investigate. Savoy joined the force in 2023 and resigned in January of this year. The charges against him have not been proven in court. 5 years in and more than $1 billion in spending, and Nova Scotia's promise to set up a universal mental health care system has a lot of gaps. That's according to the province's Auditor General, who made 10 recommendations Tuesday on how government can improve services. Among other issues, Kim Adair noted there are no service standards in place to ensure there's equitable access to care across the province, and no reporting on how the system is performing.
Things like the location, hours of service, transportation, is it close to parking, bus routes, and then also identifying the needs in the particular areas of the province.
The challenging part, I think, for many governments across the country is just the demand, right? So we'll continue to do what we can to increase the access, and we'll get these recommendations done.
The department says it's committed to implementing the recommendations in the report. New Brunswick is planning a state funeral to honor a former lieutenant governor who died on June 17th. Marilyn Trenholm Council was a family physician in Sackville and Port Elgin and was appointed the Queen's representative in the province by former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien in 1997. She was named to the Senate of Canada in 2003. Her funeral will be held on Friday. Some good news for those traveling to and from PEI. A resurfacing project on the Confederation Bridge has wrapped up. The work began early last month as part of the bridge's long-term maintenance program. Lane closures were in place, meaning travelers waited up to an hour to cross. A spokesperson for the bridge says paving was completed Monday and the work zone has been removed, so traffic is flowing, as it should. Finally, a Juno Award-winning singer-songwriter is taking her tour to the Maritimes. Amanda Marshall is bringing her Dirty 30 tour, Pearl, Celebration, Diamond Legacy, to Casino New Brunswick in Moncton on December 10th and the Scotiabank Centre in Halifax on December 11th. So the tour marks 30 years since her debut, hence the name Dirty 30. Marshall's best known for hits like Let It Rain and Birmingham, and the show begins on the West Coast in BC in November. Then it's going to end on the East Coast in December, and tickets go on sale Friday morning.
Oh, throwing it back.
Yeah, throwing it back. It's really fun. Her poster has her sitting on a chair, and she's got like these big 30 glasses, like 30.
Fun. Does she still
the
have
lenses.
the big curls?
Yeah, she still has, according to her socials,
waves,
the big waves. Yeah, still got them.
I love these old videos.
I know, right? It's nothing like that anymore.
No, they don't. No, like, there's a story going on here. It's for us to maybe figure out, unpack. But like they're trying to do something with the video.
Yeah, but and it's not raining in the video.
It is true.
Very true.
It's true. So I guess the rain must be some kind of metaphor for something.
Yeah.
We won't be able to wax poetic on that right now. We got other things to do this morning. The World Cup has introduced soccer fans to the Waffle House experience.
I think American food is very tasty, but it has a lot of calories, man. But it is quite delicious.
Visitors to Atlanta have been ordering up waffles with a side of smothered potatoes and bacon. So people are saying, how's that going? Well, fans seem to agree it's delicious, but it'd be a heavy way to start the day. Doesn't have to be breakfast, though. Waffle Houses are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've heard a lot of fun chatter on social media about Europeans and other visitors to the United States trying American cuisine and loving it. Hence, yesterday we had the thing about the ranch dressing. People falling in love with ranch dressing, trying to take it back to their home countries.
So interesting. Have you two ever been to a Waffle House?
You know what? I don't know that I have. I'm not a big fan of waffles. What about you?
Oh, yeah, I have been. Yeah, back in Florida years ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
You?
No, I don't think I have, but I like a waffle every now and then.
Yeah, sure. Every now and then, I'll eat just about anything.
It's breakfast somewhere.
Yeah, breakfast somewhere. A little reminder tonight for the 5 and 6 o'clock news that I know you love so much. If you want to catch them tonight, they're going to be on our channel because of the World Cup coverage on CTV, TSN, and Crave. Well, they're going to move the news to this station. So the 5 and 6 move just for tonight and other times too, but for today specifically. Check out all the details on the QR code or ctvnewsatlantic.ca.
All right, another break. I'll have the latest look at your national news headlines, and Latavia has the Wednesday forecast right after this. We got some wet weather that's clearing, leading to some sunshine. We'll have details in just a few moments. Please stay with us.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:13. We're taking a live look at Lunenburg. A foggy, cloudy start to your day. We are expecting some showers early in the morning. It will clear if you do see any more precipitation early this morning, leaving some sunshine into the late afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 15 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 16 currently in Charlottetown with 12 degrees in Fredericton, 8 over in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 10 degrees in Gander. Here's a look at the rainfall warning currently issued for parts of Newfoundland until Thursday morning. We are expecting rainfall at around 50 to 80 millimeters. Still dealing with some wet weather tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada early this morning. We are going to see a chance of showers for parts of Labrador, although holding on to a bit of sunshine. For Newfoundland, a chance of showers will transition over to steadier, heavier rain into the afternoon. And then for the Maritime region, starting off with a chance of showers, that will start to clear up for parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, leaving some sunshine into the late afternoon. But for New Brunswick, we do have a chance of scattered showers returning into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Into this evening, we are going to see fog redevelop. Shower activity still remains early in the evening, starting to clear out overnight. That will take us into our forecast for Thursday. Lots of sunshine returns for parts of all 3 maritime provinces, although a bit of shower activity will return as well. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for New Brunswick. For parts of Nova Scotia, 5 to 10 millimeters. The heaviest being into North Mountain at 10 to 20 millimeters. And then for Newfoundland, the heaviest being 40 to 50 millimeters from now until early Thursday morning for Gander. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 19 to 24 degrees, being the warmest into Fredericton. We do have a bit of sunshine as cloud coverage starts to break down, but we do have a chance of scattered showers returning into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Wind out of the northwest today, 20 gusting to 40 kilometers per hour. For Prince Edward Island, a chance of showers early on will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the province into the afternoon. Daytime highs ranging from 16 to 18 degrees, being the warmest into Summerside. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, holding on to some shower activity throughout the day today. Daytime highs ranging from 15 degrees in Sydney up to 20 degrees in Sheet Harbour. We do have wind gusts getting up to 40 kilometers per hour. For the rest of Nova Scotia, starting off the day with a bit of shower activity, will clear out though, leaving a mix of sun and cloud late this afternoon. Daytime highs between 18 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 in Shelburne. For Labrador City, 18 degrees today, lots of sunshine throughout your day. 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, seeing rain into the afternoon. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is the Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. And with rainy weather making its way across the Maritime region, no big surprise that we don't find much in the way of restrictions currently in New Brunswick. You are permitted to have a campfire for the province of Nova Scotia. Campfires are allowed between the hours of 2 p.m. and 8 a.m., which is pretty typical during the fire season. And for the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently permitted with domestic brush burning allowed between 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. Be sure as well to check in on any municipal restrictions or bylaws.
Thank you, Kaylin. International news now. More than 300 Canadian business leaders are in Tokyo on the largest Team Canada trade mission has ever held in Asia. Their focus right now is on the future of defense spending. CTV's Judy Trin reports.
The defense minister boards a stealth warship built by Mitsubishi. The frigate was only commissioned in May and is an example of what the Japanese want to export. Australia has purchased a fleet. New Zealand is considering buying, while Canada is looking for a way in.
We're interested in what Japan has to offer, and we're interested in what we have to offer the Japanese. That's what the defense industrial strategy is all about. It's all about making sure that we have a good relationship bilaterally with not just Japan, but many countries in the world.
Canada, impacted by Donald Trump's threats of annexation, is under pressure by the U.S. to spend more on defense. Japan is spending just under 2% of its GDP on the military and has passed a bill to invest a record $60 billion US this year on defense.
If you see the map, we are surrounded by China, North Korea, Russia. Those three countries have nuclear weapons. Some of them are targeted to us.
Canada is increasing economic ties with China, Japan's biggest regional competitor. David McGinty says more trade with Japan will lead to a bigger Canadian presence in the Indo-Pacific.
We just ratified a very important intelligence sharing agreement just last week in the Canadian Parliament. That's going to allow us to continue to dig down deeper and wider in this relationship with Japan.
At next month's NATO summit, the Prime Minister will present a roadmap about how Canada will reach the new NATO target of 5% GDP spending on defense. It will include a fleet of new submarines and possibly future partnerships with Japan. Judy Trin, CTV News, Yokosuka Naval Base, Japan.
Thank you, Judy. A break now. When we return, Crystal will have a conversation with Tourism Nova Scotia to see how the season is looking so far. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Welcome back, 7:22. We are now into peak tourism season in Atlantic Canada with last weekend's busy and successful Sail GP event, a prime example of the economic impact that tourism can have in our region. Nova Scotia generated close to $4 billion in tourism revenues last year. That's an 8% increase over 2024 and well above the national growth rate. Here with an outlook on the summer tourism ahead is Anna Moran, Director of Research, Planning and Decision Support for Tourism Nova Scotia. Thanks for coming in, Anna.
Well, thanks so much for inviting me.
We just heard some impressive numbers there. Just how important is tourism to Nova Scotia?
Yeah, they really are impressive numbers, aren't they?
Yeah.
So how important is tourism to Nova Scotia? It is a really critical contributor, not just to the economy of Nova Scotia, but it's also critically important from a social perspective. So you just talked about the importance to the economy.
Yeah.
$3.7 billion in tourism revenues, and that supports more than 55,000 jobs in Nova Scotia.
Wow.
And we're talking across the province. So that's the economic piece. But from the social perspective, when the show started this morning, the three of you were sitting here and somebody said, you know, when I come back to Nova Scotia, I smell the salt,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And tourism in Nova Scotia creates those vibrant communities that makes Nova Scotia such a wonderful place to live.
People do. A lot of people visit here and then they want to live. It's true. We're seeing some images. This is just taken on the waterfront just days ago. I mean, I would say it's not really even peak yet. We're just beginning to get into the peak.
Yeah.
How is the summer looking tourism-wise for the summer ahead? I mean, that's what you do. You crunch numbers. So any thoughts of what it's going to look like?
Yeah, I do. I crunch numbers. It's a little early for the number crunching to happen. Okay. So we don't have those indicators like tourism revenues and accommodations demand yet. But what we do is we reach out and we talk to tourism businesses and organizations across the province, and they're telling us that bookings are really, really strong for this year.
Oh, wow.
We're also seeing increased air capacity coming into Halifax Stanfield International Airport from international markets. And when you have that direct access from a market into Nova Scotia, it just makes it that much easier for a visitor to get here. They want to come here, and then having that air access really gives them a really easy way to get here.
Definitely. We're seeing some images of people having wonderful experiences. I know weather really plays into the summer, but tourists will come, if they booked in advance, they're going to come anyway and just have a good time regardless.
Yes, they are. Well, today's a rainy day, and and yesterday was a rainy day, and I work in downtown Halifax, and I was out walking around, and it was really neat to see all of these hotel-branded umbrellas bobbing and weaving their way around the city. So you really have to embrace what Nova Scotia is, the sun, the rain, and the kind of visitor that comes here. That's exactly what they want to do. They really want to immerse themselves in everything that the province has to offer.
Well, I think there's always so much more to do, and it seems like Nova Scotia keeps up with the times to continue to attract people to our region. We've only got about 30 seconds left, Anna. Anything else you want our viewers to know about tourism before we leave this conversation?
I just want to say what an amazing group of businesses and organizations and people that we have living in Nova Scotia, because the people that live and work here, they really are the icing on the cake of the Nova Scotia experience. People come here to see and do and play and go in the water and visit the museums and drive the Cabot Trail. But the warm welcome and embrace that they get from Nova Scotia just seals that entire experience for them.
You're absolutely right, and it's a pleasure to do so. I think we all feel ownership, being Maritimers, that we want to put our best foot forward for our visitors. Thanks so much, Anna, for coming in today.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, we're going to take a break. It's 7:26. We'll be back with more of Your Morning Atlantic right after this. Look at the crowds for SailGP last weekend. Tourism is already off to a great start.
Coming up this half hour, making a difference for local cancer care. Today is Match Day for the BMO Ride for Cancer. We'll find out how donating today could make a big impact. That's just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
Join us. We're halfway through the show already, halfway through the week. Time always flying here on Your Morning Atlantic. Really enjoyed my conversation with Anna from Tourism Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's really fascinating just to hear the numbers, how we're doing, how she does her job.
Yes.
Yeah.
She said, bring me back in October, November. We'll talk about, we'll look back and see how the numbers were. I said, good. Put it in the calendar. I'd love to know.
And just the fact that some shows like Sullivan Crossing, which you can watch on CTV and Crave, is helping showcase parts of our province to a wider audience.
She said that is actually like, she doesn't have the numbers to prove it, but anecdotally, definitely.
Absolutely. We Were Liars was filmed here.
Yes.
Oh, picturesque. You have to watch that show.
Yeah.
Crystal and I have From. Yes.
Yeah,
no,
that's
a little
right.
scary, though.
That's right. Although From is, thank heaven, there's no real place that's scary and horrible.
Yes, exactly.
It's
yeah, maybe not that one necessarily because it's its own town.
But if you're a fan of the show, you'd want to come see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to see Fromville, yeah.
Definitely. All right. We don't have a Fromville forecast today, unfortunately.
God. It's not a scary one at all.
No.
We do have a bit of shower activity tracking across parts of the region for Newfoundland. We are going to see periods of rain move in a little bit later on, so something to keep in mind when you are heading out. But as of right now, you can see someone out for a morning walk. Not currently seeing any precipitation in your region, although we do have a chance of showers early this morning. 11 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. We're looking at 15 starting off your day in Halifax, 12 currently in Fredericton, 16 in Charlottetown, 10 degrees in Labrador City. Because of that precipitation across parts of Newfoundland, we do have a rainfall warning in effect until Thursday morning. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. You can see we do have some shower activity tracking across parts of the Maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador also seeing a chance of showers to start your day. Periods of rain for Newfoundland this afternoon. And for the Maritime region, we will be seeing the return of a chance of showers for New Brunswick with a risk of thunderstorms. And for our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit of a breezy one today. As of right now, sustained wind 56 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang, 26 into North Cape with 22 in Canso, 19 in Sydney. Wind gusts getting up to 74 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang and 28 in St. John, New Brunswick. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
And we began with results from Tuesday's by-election in Nova Scotia's newest provincial riding. The riding's called Cheticamp Marguerite's Pleasant Bay, and it's hoped its creation will help give a bigger voice to Acadians in the province. In the end, it was a decisive victory for PC Claude Bourgeois, beating Liberal candidate Dennis Cormier by 235 votes. New Democrat Trevor Poirier came in a distant third with 258 votes, with the Green candidate garnering 44. Tuesday's by-election marked the end of a short campaign, given that the new riding was announced less than 4 months ago. There are almost 4,000 registered electors in the riding, and nearly 2,700 cast ballots, so voter turnout was nearly 69%. Jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys. The 12 jurors were sequestered yesterday after closing arguments from the Crown and defense. 46-year-old Roman Commissioni is accused in the stabbing deaths of a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old in January of last year before attempting to take his own life with a nail gun to the head. The boys' identities are protected by a publication ban. The accused has pleaded not guilty to the charges. A former Fredericton police officer has been charged with perjury, uttering forged documents, and breach of trust.
It is paramount that we communicate not only through our own means, but also with the media to let the public know that we're taking these steps to ensure that any event that's taking place within the organization is being dealt with swiftly.
According to Fredericton Police Chief Gary Forward, information came to light back in November about the alleged actions of former Constable Andrew Savoy. The chief says the force realized the issues may have been criminal in nature late last year. They brought in an outside police force to investigate. Savoy joined the force in 2023 and resigned in January of this year. The charges against him have not been proven in court. The ongoing movement toward reconciliation was in the spotlight at an event in Halifax last night. This fireside chat at the Central Library was hosted by Mount St. Vincent's Child and Youth Study Development Department. The goal was to shine a light on reconciliation in action.
Really, we want to get people realizing they're not alone. So if other people have these kinds of experiences, hopefully they see themselves reflected in these stories and find ways that they can also deal with their own traumas, their own challenges, and talk openly about their own stories.
The university also launched a new book available for free online, Reimagining the Spaces We Occupy, which highlights diverse women's stories. The St. John City Market is marking its 150th year, surviving everything from a massive city fire to a global pandemic. Celebrations for the market's milestone are being matched with a series of changes meant to secure the market's future. Here is CTV's Nick Moore.
It's how every day starts and finishes at the St. John City Market. The historic Bell, part of a new rebranding of Canada's oldest continuously operating farmers market, celebrating 150 years. The Bell itself has just been refinished and is now more visible, and there's more changes to come. Renovations are well underway. New storefronts have just opened or are about to. John Hooper's timepiece statue will soon become the market's centerpiece, and new seating will be built out in the actual market.
We really like the idea of having that indoor eating area so people can be in the market and they can see what's going on and they can see their pals and their pals can see them, and also we can just kind of have that hustle bustle right in this main area.
A year after the city market opened, it narrowly survived St. John's Great Fire of 1877. The city market is one of only 4 market buildings left in Canada, which predates the 1900s. Farmers used to drive horse and carts right into the main hall. A lot has changed between then and now, especially how people shop. Jill Lasky-Perry has been a vendor at the city market for 5 years and hopes more local residents will find their way back more often.
In making this space a little bit more of a flexible space so that it can be used for the community, that people can come here and have events, they can celebrate.
Anniversary celebrations at the city market will continue throughout the summer, leading to a major celebration later this fall. Nick Moore, CTV News, St. John.
Thank you, Nick. I love the St. John City Market.
Just saying, I was there this winter and it wasn't even its prime time, and the building itself is worth the price of admission to go see it. Which there is no price of admission, by the way. It is free.
Yeah. It is free.
I want to see the Bell. It's so shiny.
It's so nice. When I lived uptown, I would just walk there and get like fresh veggies, fresh fruit. Bakery items, you can find little trinkets there too, and I worked across the street on King, and it was just a great place to go for lunch.
Yeah,
sounds like
St. John.
50.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, not so much in love with this next story. It is not shot in our region. It's a drone operator in California. He was out there just shooting some footage and captured this moment. I would say heart-stopping. It's off the coast of Santa Cruz. Dun-dum, dun-dum. There's a surfer in the water, Look at the size of that shark. Okay, very close to the surfer. This is just drone footage. We don't know who the surfer is. The operator said he doesn't even know if the surfer ever realized the shark was there.
It seemed pretty chill.
Yeah. Look at that. I guess that I've seen some kind of like education for kids from reading kids books with my children that when the surfboard looks like a seal, like from the underneath, so the shark thinks that it's food. So he might have got closer and smelled it and be like, that's not really food.
Yeah.
Today.
Womp womp. Today, tomorrow. I'm so glad you brought that up because it brings us to our Move Morning Chat. Where do you like to swim? Oh, we don't have the graphic there, but that truly is our Move Morning Chat this morning. We are asking your favorite places to go for
It was there, but they removed it once they saw the shark.
Yeah, they're like, no, don't ask it.
They're like, don't ask it anymore. Don't ask it. Yeah, very rare for that to happen around.
Very, very rare.
Very, very rare. But send us a text at 10400 because we do want to know your favorite place to go for a swim.
We got to do a shark update. We haven't done those yet this season.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Most sharks are harmless too. Like, they're not going to hurt you. But yeah, I'd love
It's fun to watch.
We'll get Neil Himmerschlag in here to talk about sharks this year. Love that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Still ahead. Lativia has the latest look at the Wednesday forecast. And then after that, today is a day to support a great cause. It is the BMO Ride for Cancer Match Day. So the big event's happening in October, but today your donation can make a big impact. Details next.
Quite a cloudy start to the day over in St. John, New Brunswick. Welcome back. Currently 15 degrees starting off your day. We are expecting a chance of showers to roll back in this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Not too bad. It's quite warm starting off your day. 15 degrees early this morning in Halifax, 12 currently in Sydney, 16 starting off your day in Charlottetown with 12 degrees in Fredericton, 10 degrees over in Labrador City, and 11 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a rainfall warning in effect for parts of Newfoundland until early Thursday morning. As we see rain move in, we're expecting around 50 to 80 millimeters. Over to our forecast timeline. A bit of a cloudy start to the day for New Brunswick. Other than that, though, Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia seeing a chance of showers starting off your day. Parts of Labrador also holding on to precipitation. And then for Newfoundland, we are going to see rain move in later this morning across much of the province. Into the afternoon, we start to see a bit of precipitation clear out for parts of southern Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. But for the most part, we do have a chance of showers returning for New Brunswick, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. Into this evening, holding on to some precipitation for parts of all three maritime provinces. Newfoundland, Labrador still seeing precipitation heavier over in Newfoundland. And we will start to see a lot of this precipitation clear out of the maritime region into our forecast for Thursday when sunshine returns. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, looking at around 2 to 5 millimeters across New Brunswick, around 5 to 10 for parts of Nova Scotia. Heaviest being into North Mountain at 10 to 20 millimeters. And then for Newfoundland, the heaviest we're looking at around 40 to 50 millimeters in Gander. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, we're expecting cloud coverage to start to break down, leaving us some sunny breaks into the morning. A chance of showers returns this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms, and daytime highs will range from 19 degrees in Edmonton up to 24 in Fredericton. Wind gusts getting up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, a few showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the province into the afternoon. Daytime highs ranging from 16 to 18 degrees in Summerside. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, holding on to precipitation throughout the day today, with daytime highs ranging from 15 degrees in Sydney up to 20 into Sheet Harbour. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, shower activity to start your day, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud late this afternoon. Wind gusts of 40 and highs between 18 degrees in Yarmouth, up to 23 degrees in Middleton and Bridgewater, 25 in Shelburne. For Labrador City, 18 degrees today, holding on to lots of sunshine for this part of the province. 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Showers will transition over to rain later this morning into the afternoon, Crystal.
Latavia, it's 7:46. Now the countdown is on for the BMO Ride for Cancer, Atlantic Canada's largest cycling fundraiser. Since 2015, the QE2 Foundation event has raised more than $15 million for local cancer care. This year's event is taking place in Halifax on October 3rd, but today is match day, meaning Every donation made today will be matched by the J.W. Murphy Foundation, up to $300,000. So here to tell us more is our partners from the BMO Ride for Cancer, family physician and top fundraiser, Dr. Howard Conter, and cancer survivor and ride participant Sharon or Shay Needham. Thank you both for coming in today.
Well, thank you for having us.
So Dr. Conter, let's begin with you, because I know you've raised a lot of money and you've been supporting this organization for many years. You and your wife ride every year. Why is that?
Because we're talking about curing cancer. To my left is another tremendous case history of why this is so important. Cancer affects every single family in Nova Scotia. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, what your ethnic group is, it makes no difference. Cancer will affect your family. And we now have opportunities, because technology has advanced so far, that we can actually make true inroads in not just curing or putting people into remission, but actually beating cancer. A couple of things we're paying for this year are absolutely world-class, world-advancing technologies that will help us beat cancer, and that's why my wife and I ride.
That's fantastic. And Sharon or Shay, you ride as well, because you've had a cancer journey. Maybe tell our audience a bit about that.
Yeah, well, I was diagnosed with a rare form of lung cancer called neuroendocrine cancer in 2015. And I went through major lung surgery for that, and stage 2. So I like to give back and do things to help other patients.
That's fantastic. What a survival story. And you will be riding.
Yeah, I'm riding a 100-kilometer gravel ride.
Oh my gosh, from lung cancer to riding 100 kilometers on gravel. That's fantastic. Do you cycle a lot, or will this be a bit of a stretch for you?
Well, this year I haven't got my bike out yet, so it's going to be a stretch, but I'll start training for it. And I mean, anyone can do it. If I can do it with less lung capacity, and my bike hasn't gotten out of storage yet, but I will do it. And yeah, I'm happy to be able to do it.
Very impressive. Okay, well, let's talk about today, Dr. Conter. Today's the day. It's match day. Maybe tell our viewers a bit more about what that means.
Okay, match day, guys. This is math. This is simple. You give a buck, someone else gives another buck. Gets $2. All right, so we need to raise at least $300,000 today to take advantage of the amazing contribution from the Murphy family. If we all raise $300,000 today, it'll be matched up to $300,000. And say it with me, that's $600,000 that we'll be able to use to spend on this new technology. And it's a vital, vital day. We need you to pick up your phones. We need you to get online. We need to contribute to this amazing cause, because we, Shay and I, and the rest of the team are going to work extremely hard to continue to beat cancer.
Yeah, the inroads you've made so far are very impressive. You personally raised nearly $800,000 since 2019, Dr. Conter, so good for you. Guys, I love that you're a family doctor, but you're literally like putting your money or your feet and on the pedals where your mouth is.
Well, I think that's important. I mean, the way I look at it, and I've said this before in the past, when you treat cancer and you prevent spread of cancer and you delay any poor events from cancer, what are you doing? You're buying more weddings, you're buying more graduations, you're buying more time with grandchildren, you're buying all these these special events for everyone who's involved. And that's what we're trying to do. We want to buy more time for our patients. We want to not just delay cancer, we don't want to just remit cancer, we want to beat cancer. And today, folks, you have the chance to help us do that. The technology's there. We need to fund it. We need to bring it to Atlantic Canada, and we need to work to help all Atlantic Canadians.
Yep. Shay, is there anything else you want to add? I know that you'll soon be getting out the bike and getting to October's event.
I think for me, I think people really have a privilege to be healthy. And so for me, doing something like this, it's just a gift to be able to do it. And so for me, I just feel grateful that I can. Because I wouldn't have thought when I was in a hospital bed after my lung surgery I'd ever do something like this. So I just think, you know, people really have a gift if they're healthy to be able to help.
Yeah.
And for me, this year is really personal. I have 2 very close friends that are going through cancer, so they'll be inspiring me.
There's not a person watching today that isn't impacted by cancer. Thank you both for coming in this morning, sharing your stories and encouraging people to donate. We have put the information on our website to make it easy for you to find out information about how you can donate today of all days, because your donation will be matched by the Murphy Foundation. All right, it's 7:51. We'll turn our attention over to Amanda.
Thank you so much. That ride coming up October before you know it. Health and medical news now. We begin with a warning about how not to use a massage gun. One of the topics in your health.
It comes after a man in his 20s developed retinal tears and other injuries after repeatedly using a massage gun on and around his eyes. The case was published in BMJ Case Reports. Researchers say he sought medical attention after experiencing floaters and occasional flashing lights in his right eye for nearly a week. Doctors managed to treat the retinal tears with laser surgery, and 6 months later, his condition was stable and his vision was preserved. The researchers warn the devices can cause serious eye injuries when used improperly and want clearer warnings from manufacturers. Health Canada has approved Zepbound as the first medication in the country to treat moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea in adults with obesity. The approval marks a new development in the treatment of the condition, which affects breathing during sleep and can contribute to a range of health issues, including cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. The medication is approved for use alongside a reduced calorie diet and increased physical activity in adults with a body mass index of 30 or higher. Finally, south of the border, the last 8 American passengers who endured 42 days in a specialized hospital quarantine unit after exposure to a hantavirus outbreak on a Dutch cruise ship that killed 3 people have left the Nebraska facility. That monitoring period was set because symptoms of hantavirus have taken as long as 42 days to appear in previous outbreaks. None were reported to have developed the illness. During the passenger stay, local Omaha restaurants and food trucks delivered special meals for them to enjoy, and the nurses sometimes made Starbucks runs to deliver some of the passengers' favorite drinks. The rooms they stayed in are like hotel rooms equipped with a desk, TV, internet connection, and exercise equipment to help them pass the time.
And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 65th anniversary for Alan and Mona Ellis of Dartmouth.
65 years, and I love that they're out adventuring together. I love, love, love. I love love.
Me too. Happy anniversary.
Today it's the Ellis's Day. Congrats, you two.
And to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be submitted 2 weeks in advance. All right, since we said we love love, here's a story that proves true love knows no age barrier.
Yep, a couple in their 80s recently tied the knot at their senior living facility in Ottawa. CTV's Camille Wilson has their love story.
I just love him.
David Brush and Maureen Coyne tying the knot at their senior living home.
We fell for each other. Yeah, we love each other a lot.
It all started at the dinner table just about 2 years ago at Crystal View Lodge Retirement Living.
We have been sitting at the same table for that length of time. We got to know each other over that length of time, and knowledge became love.
And it feels like young love.
I'm not 84, I'm 24.
I'm not 81, I'm 21.
The two, previously married, never thought another marriage was in their cards.
My wife died a few years ago, a long and happy marriage. I wasn't expecting to fall in love again, but it happened.
My husband died 4 years ago, and I said, never again. I know there's never going to be another man in my life, but there was.
That kind of blends in with what we offer here. This is not just a retirement home. Here you come in, you live a lifestyle, maybe you meet your old friends, maybe you meet your next life partner.
Announcing their vows to one another in the community chapel.
We're extremely happy.
Celebrating with family, friends, and their senior living community.
And we feel blessed by God. This is my husband.
Although Maureen says she was nervous for the day.
It feels wonderful. It feels like it's always been there.
Dave and Maureen as husband and wife.
They say it's never too late, and they're now looking to the future.
One never knows. Just one thing we do know, happiness. Hopefully we get, maybe even 10 years. Who knows?
It's possible.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Congratulations to the happy couple. Taking another look at our 3-day forecast, 24 degrees for New Brunswick today. We'll be seeing a bit of sunshine before a chance of scattered showers returns this afternoon and a risk of thunderstorms. 23 degrees on Thursday, much of the same, but a low chance of showers into the afternoon. Wet weather across the province on Friday, cooling down to 19. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today. Showers expected to clear for parts of the province, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Lots of sunshine on Thursday with a high of 23. 22 degrees on Friday, a mix of sun and cloud throughout the day. Evening showers. For Prince Edward Island, 18 degrees today. Showers expected to clear into the afternoon, leaving a mix of sun and clouds. Sunshine remains in the forecast on Thursday, cooling down to 15. Warming back up, though, 22 degrees on Friday. Cloudy skies with evening showers. The time now is 7:57. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Wednesday, June 24th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys. Your top news headlines in just a few moments.
And the Blue Rewards program. We'll visit our partners at Kent and find out how a new twist on an old favorite is a great idea. Those stories and more coming up on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Trucker hat is the same one Crystal Garrett wears.
It's true. It's true. I know I was wearing it actually when I did the Kent shoot the other day, and I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm stealing this hat. Oh! They did not stop me. They're just like, hey. Yeah, I love wearing it. I don't know, it looks good. It just makes me want to go to a barbecue or something, though.
Yeah, it does look really nice.
Kyle stole mine immediately.
Did
he? Yeah, and I'm like, it's my hat. It's okay, we can share hats.
We can share hats. Love it.
Share hats, yeah. I wore mine actually yesterday walking in the rain just to keep, there's nothing like a ball cap when it's pouring out, just to keep that rain off of your face. Fortunately, it sounds like we don't really have to worry about that too much today, unless you're in Newfoundland and Labrador. Just wait a day and you get what Nova Scotia and Brunswick and PEI gets.
Exactly. I don't have to do anything now.
Done. Yeah, that's grab a coffee, Latavia.
I'm gonna kick my feet up, relax.
Yeah, you take it easy. I'll be saying, here's a live look at...
Where are we going live right now? Shh. Oh, take a guess. Take a guess, everybody.
Which lighthouse is this? Perhaps the most famous lighthouse we have here in Atlantic Canada.
Beautiful.
Miss Peggy.
Exactly, and as you can see, it is still a bit foggy early this morning. We're starting to see that fog burn off, though. A cloudy start to your day for much of the region. Looks like shower activity has now ended over there as well. So we are going to start to see that precipitation really begin to clear out for parts of the region, specifically into parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, but still holding on to a bit of precipitation for parts of Atlantic Canada. In terms of our current temperatures, though, it is quite warm starting off the day. Temperatures already beginning to rise. As of right now, it is 15 degrees in Halifax, 12 in Sydney, 16 in Charlottetown, with 15 degrees in Moncton, 10 degrees in Labrador City, and 11 into St. John's, Newfoundland. As Amanda mentioned, some heavier rainfall moving into Newfoundland today. With that rainfall warning, it will be sticking around until early Thursday morning. Over to our satellite and radar. So we are starting off with a chance of showers for Newfoundland. Will become steadier into the afternoon. Shower activity will return across New Brunswick this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to be a bit of a breezy day ahead for parts of the Maritime region. 56 kilometers per hour right now in Grand Etang, 26 in North Cape, 22 in Sydney and Canso. Wind gusts getting up to 74 right now in Grand Etang and 28 in St. John. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
And we begin with results from yesterday's by-election in Nova Scotia's newest provincial riding. The riding is called Shedicamp Margaries Pleasant Bay, and it's hoped its creation will help give a bigger voice to Acadians in the region. In the end, it was a decisive victory for PC Claude Bourgeois, beating Liberal candidate Dennis Cormier by 235 votes. New Democrat Trevor Poirier came a distant third with 258 votes, with the Green candidate garnering 44. Tuesday's by-election marked the end of a short campaign, given that the new riding was announced less than 4 months ago. There are almost 4,000 registered electors in the riding and nearly 2,700 cast ballots, so voter turnout was nearly 69%. In New Brunswick, jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys. The 12 jurors were sequestered yesterday after closing arguments from the Crown and defense. 46-year-old Roman Commissioner is accused in the stabbing deaths of a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old in January of last year before attempting to take his own life with a nail gun to the head. The boys' identities are protected by a publication ban. The accused has pleaded not guilty to the charges. As we told you here yesterday, Halifax Mayor Andy Fillmore is under police investigation after the Auditor General questioned some spending from his office. The AG says what he found was past his comfort zone, so he passed it on. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has reaction.
There's a storm brewing over Halifax City Hall. It's disappointing. Dartmouth Centre Councillor Sam Austin is talking about a police investigation that is underway after the city's Auditor General came across some spending by Mayor Andy Fillmore's office that caught his eye.
I referred my concerns to Halifax Regional Police for a couple of these because I felt that this was a little past my comfort zone, and they felt a little too close to the situation, so they passed it along to the RCMP.
This all happened between June 2025 and February 2026.
On May 22nd, the RCMP received a referral from Halifax Regional Police due to a possible conflict of interest in regards to financial irregularities identified by the Auditor General.
The AG focused on 2 procurements totaling more than $100,000, neither of which went out for tender. Part of that included payment of $14,000 to an outside speechwriter. Fillmore also billed his office for 2 external legal expenses for close to $8,000. The second of which came after being told the first one didn't comply with municipal policy.
The policy is clear, and to do it a second time after you're told, that's concerning. And, I can see why the AG would want to flag that and send it off for investigation.
Mayor Fillmore says he accepts the AG's findings and the police investigation.
Obviously, it's a very uncomfortable place to be. Anyone would feel that. I'm certain that it will all be found to be unremarkable.
Regardless of the outcome of the investigation, Councillor Austin says incidents like this tend to erode the public's confidence in City Hall.
Ultimately, in politics, the actions of one reflect on all of us.
Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
New Brunswick is planning a state funeral to honor a former lieutenant governor who died on June 17th. Marilyn Trenholm Council was a family physician in Sackville and Port Elgin and was appointed the Queen's representative in the province by former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien in 1997. She was named to the Senate of Canada in 2003. Her funeral will be held on Friday. 3 Atlantic Canadians will compete on the upcoming season of the Amazing Race Canada.
If I'm up for the battle of Amazing Race Canada, absolutely. I'm Maestro Fresh West. I live in St. John, New Brunswick.
I'm Dwayne D.O. Gibson. I live in Woodbridge, Ontario.
And together, we are Canada's finest.
Oh, yeah.
Maestro Fresh West, who calls St. John home, is teaming up with his longtime friend, Dwayne D.O. Gibson. The award-winning hip-hop artist will compete against 9 other teams, including this duo from Newfoundland and Labrador.
We're hoping to make Labrador proud. We're here to put the big land on the map. I'm Dana. And I'm Cordelia. And we're from Wabush, Labrador.
Yeah, Dana and Cordelia, they're a mother-daughter duo, and they're the second team to represent Labrador. And a reminder, season 12 of the Amazing Race Canada begins Tuesday, July 7th, so really just a bit more than a week away, a couple of weeks away. That's going to be at 10 p.m. Atlantic on CTV, but you can also stream it the next day on Crave.
Very exciting.
Can't wait. It's my favorite reality show.
It's coming right around the corner.
It's a good one.
It really is. And just to be continuing on for so long as well. Maestro Fresh West.
I know. Delighted. Yeah. Okay. This is fun, too. Totally different, but very nice. Staying with our Loving the Love theme, you missed, Latavia and I were having a little love fest earlier, talking about how much we love love.
Oh, I want to join your love fest.
Okay, please do. Well, this is really, you're going to love this, because it's not just love of a couple, they're also love in community. You don't have to go to the registry for this couple's wedding gift.
We decided to celebrate our good fortune by giving back to our community.
Oh. So Cara and Brian they've just tied the knot over the weekend. They're using their wedding as a fundraiser for the Ottawa mission. Guests were asked to skip the usual wedding gifts and make a donation. So Cara and Brian have set up an ambitious goal to raise $100,000, and they say that they are almost there.
Wow. What a cute couple.
What a nice idea. So they're really giving back to community by working together at the food bank, and then they asked the people to give. What a nice way to make impact. Also, that cornbread looks delicious.
I know. I'm like, can I have a tray?
Hello. Wow.
Yeah, what a nice idea.
It's a really sweet idea.
So romantic.
Yeah. Well, are they serving cornbread at the FIFA World Cup?
Probably, but it's going to cost you. But well, that's a story we're going to have a little later. The 2026 FIFA World Cup, of course, is in full swing. If you want to watch the matches, CTV, TSN, and Crave are your home for coverage of every game. But because of that, it does mean that it impacts our news on some days. So today's one of those days. CFI News at 5 and CTV News at 6. Those newscasts are going to move to this station just for today. And there will be certain other days, too. But if you want to find the exact schedule, go to that QR code to scan the changes, or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca. You can scan the changes there, too.
Yes, Canada hits the pitch in Vancouver at 4 p.m. Atlantic time.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So set the PVR.
Yes.
Still ahead this half hour, we're going to get all the details on the Blue Rewards loyalty program. But first, Latavia has the Wednesday forecast. And I'll have a look at your national news headlines. No snow, so we're not going to do any skiing or snowboarding in Brookvale, PEI.
Maybe a
wow,
cheese wheel race.
Lush.
I'm just feeling inspired.
One day we will do a cheese wheel race, just like the famous one in England. All right, the forecast is next.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:14. Taking a live look at Back Row Point. Cloudy start to your day. 14 degrees early this morning, though. We are expecting that chance of showers to clear out. Cloud coverage to start to break down, leaving the sunshine into the late afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 15 degrees to start your day in Halifax, 14 in Yarmouth. 15 degrees in St. John, New Brunswick, with 16 in Charlottetown, 10 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, and 11 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a rainfall warning in effect for parts of Newfoundland until early Thursday morning, expecting some heavier rainfall totals at around 50 to 80 millimeters. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. A bit of a cloudy start to the day for New Brunswick. Other than that, a chance of showers remains for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. Also seeing shower activity for parts of Labrador, also holding on to a bit of sunshine. For Newfoundland, a chance of showers starts off your day, becoming heavier rainfall into this afternoon. Starting to see a bit of clearing for parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island from that precipitation, but holding on to a chance of showers returning into New Brunswick with the risk of thunderstorms. For tonight, we start to see the system break down further for Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, clearing out for all three maritime provinces overnight tonight, taking us into early Thursday morning, where we do have another sunny day ahead. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, looking at around 2 to 5 millimeters across New Brunswick, around 5 to 10 for parts of Nova Scotia, the heaviest for North Mountain at 10 to 20 millimeters, not seeing accumulation for the system for Labrador, and then for Newfoundland, the heaviest being into Gander at around 40 to 50 millimeters. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, cloudy start to your day, seeing some sunny breaks later this morning. And then into the afternoon, scattered showers expected to return with the risk of thunderstorms, with highs between 19 degrees in Edmonton up to 24 in Fredericton. For Prince Edward Island, a chance of showers starts off the day will clear, leaving sunshine for parts of the province into the afternoon. Daytime highs between 14 degrees in Surrey up to 18 in Summerside, wind gusts of 40. For Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, a bit of shower activity on and off throughout the day today. Daytime highs will range from 15 degrees in Sydney up to 20. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at highs between 18 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 in Shelburne. A chance of showers starts off the day late this afternoon, expecting a mix of sun and cloud. For Labrador City, lots of sunshine today with a high of 18 degrees and 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. A chance of showers will transition over to rain into the afternoon. For our forecast on Thursday, sunshine will return for parts of all three maritime provinces, but also a low chance of showers expected to return into the afternoon. For Labrador, lots of sunshine and also holding on to precipitation for Newfoundland. For our forecast on Friday, we are expecting a wet day ahead. Showers will move back in for much of the maritime region, and Newfoundland, Labrador seeing a bit of shower activity as well. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
As the July 1st deadline fast approaches, the U.S. ambassador to Canada is weighing in on the state of trade talks. CTV's Abigail Beeman has more on the state of negotiations.
As the July 1st deadline for a review of the North American free trade deal ticks closer, the American ambassador says the two sides are not close. Pete Hoekstra says the bones of a good deal were there in October, and Canadians don't understand the impact of what happened next when Ontario ran this ad featuring Ronald Reagan angering the president.
There's a difference between an offer and a shakedown. And what we've been subjected to since October is basically a shakedown.
It doesn't sound plausible if we were at a deal then and some extra circumstances came up that stalled the progress we were making. Surely we can get back to that track.
Canada's U.S. Trade Minister said this earlier this month.
Are the talks unfrozen? The answer is yes. They've been unfrozen for a number of months.
But Hoekstra had a different message today.
In reality, they've never gotten back on track the same way that we've had progress with the Mexicans.
The ambassador said the next steps are up to the president and the prime minister.
A good deal for both countries is the deal that we both look at and say, you know what, there's a win in here for us. And Canada looks at it and says, you know what, there's a win in here for us as well.
And if there are certain things I'd throw out there that need to be tweaked, say what those areas are so that those are the areas that are narrowed in terms of what needs to be addressed, but everything else in the economy goes smoothly.
Experts stress July 1st isn't a cliff to fall off if there's no deal. The ambassador said the president could announce his intentions before that date or sometime in July.
CTV's Abigail Beeman reporting in Ottawa. Canada will play its next massive match at the World Cup this afternoon. The team is coming off a historic 6-0 win over Qatar, but head coach Jesse Marsh, as well as star striker Jonathan David, say there's no time to celebrate.
Always have to think on the next one, so there's no really time to reflect. You just have to appreciate what happened next game, but on to the next.
We know that as proud as we are of the performance against Qatar, that to really capitalize on that performance, we need to back it up with an even better one against Switzerland. So that's been the talking point. That's been the concentration.
Marsh has also confirmed that star player and Canada's captain, Alphonso Davies, will be available for the game, but he is expected to start on the bench. The match kicks off today from Vancouver at 4 p.m. Atlantic time on TSN, CTV, and Crave. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. Please stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
We are at Kent, and this is a big day. We are joined by Steve, and guess what? Barry Choi in person to talk about Blue Rewards. Hey, Barry.
I'm so excited to be here in person with you.
We're excited, too. Great to meet you, too, Steve.
Thank you.
All right, so Barry, what is Blue Rewards?
So Air Miles is now Blue Rewards. It is the evolution of the loyalty program that many people love and still collect those points. So what's great about it is it hasn't really changed. What has changed is your miles have automatically been converted to Blue Rewards points.
Okay.
No loss in value whatsoever, so you can still use them. But what I also love is that there are some old and new partners, some old ones including PharmaSafe, some new ones like Pizza Delight. I was at my hotel yesterday, and someone told me, you're new to Halifax, you got to go to Pizza Delight.
It's Atlantic Canadian favorite.
Right? Like, I absolutely loved it. There was also Instacart and Dollarama, and of course, we've got Kent as a great partner.
Yeah, okay, we love having our partners, Kent. So, Steve, how does it work with Blue Rewards here?
Well, the amazing thing that
that happened with this program is that the Air Miles program has turned into the Blue Rewards program. So if you were an Air Miles collector, you are now a Blue Rewards member. So you continue to use your Air Miles collector card. If you use the app has become a Blue Rewards app, and now your Blue Rewards card is in there. So you can just continue to do business as usual. You look for our offers in our flyer and in our app as well, and take advantage of all of those special offers.
Well, as a Kent customer, having to do absolutely nothing different, that is good news to me. But there are other changes, Barry, right?
Yeah, so there are changes, but they're not like a big deal that you need to worry about. They're actually mostly positive. What I'm saying about that is now that the travel portal is actually powered by Expedia, everyone's heard of that brand name, so now you can book things like flights, hotels, car rentals, even cruises with your points. So that's another option you have. On top of that, the credit cards have been modified in a positive way, of course, so you can earn those points on things such as your gas, groceries, alcohol, wholesale, so many different ways. But the overall thing I would say to the audience is to think about your everyday spending, where you're going to be doing your shopping. You can earn those points, and once you have those points, you can redeem them on different things, including hardware supplies here at Kent.
All right, so here at Kent, we're in the appliance department. That would be a great place to earn some points, and that you just redeem them in $10 increments, I understand.
Yes, absolutely. So the math still works the same. You earn your base points, you earn your bonus points, and then when you have enough, you can come in and redeem those in $10 increments here at Kent. And the other thing is also you can use the app to scan your receipt here at Kent. We're part of the receipts program, so there's so many different ways that you can earn Blue points here with Kent.
Okay, also, I wanted to mention with the credit cards, there are a couple of other kinds of credit cards that can earn points here at Kent, too. Explain that.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you were an Air Miles BMO credit card holder, you are now a Blue Rewards BMO credit card holder, and your value has increased up to 10 times now here at Kent. So we're the highest earning rate on a credit card in the hardware improvement category. So absolutely come in for your large purchases, your small purchases, your appliances, your renovations, and if you have Blue Rewards credit cards, absolutely use those.
Okay, and if you're a pro as well?
Oh, if you're a pro, you can add on another up to 4% with Pro Rewards, so you can earn that on top of every other purchase as well.
Okay, so points upon points upon points. We love the sound of that, Barry. Anything else we need to know?
Yeah, I would say that, again, this is an evolution, and a lot of these rewards programs, these points programs, they are going digital. So you want to be really engaged in the Blue Rewards app. Steve had touched on it, but other things to think about is when you're shopping in store at Kent, there might be special promos, like say on power tools, where you can earn extra points, which is obviously a great value.
Yeah.
And at the same time, just engage the app. But also, so I understand some people, they don't like digital. My dad, forget it. He's never using that app, even though I've loaded it for him. Like, all you got to do is click the button. But if you're not a member, or you can still use your own physical card. If you're not a member, you can sign up online or even get a card here in store.
Show us the card, Steve.
So absolutely. At the cash, we have these cards available for anybody that's not a member right now and they want to sign up and use a physical card. You can take one of these and get signed up right away.
It's free, it's fun, and it's right there for you. Thank you both so much, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barry.
Great to be here.
And last thing to say at the cash as well, or at the customer service desk, free lollipops, Barry Choi.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're going to go right now and get some.
All right, taking another look at our 3-day forecast. 24 degrees is your daytime high in New Brunswick. We are expecting scattered showers to return this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. 23 degrees on Thursday, isolated showers into the afternoon. And on Friday, wet weather continues at 19 degrees with showers across the province. For Nova Scotia, 20 degrees today. Showers clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Sunshine returns in the forecast on Thursday with a high of 23. 22 degrees as your daytime high to end off the work week. Evening showers expected. For Prince Edward Island, 18 degrees today. Chance of showers will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and clouds. Sunshine returns on Thursday, cooling down to 15. Warming up on Friday, 22 degrees. Cloudy skies with evening showers.
Still ahead, a buy local block party. Latavia will visit Halifax's Hydrostone neighborhood, find out how some retailers are celebrating their anniversaries, and hey, you're invited. That sounds sweet. That's coming up in the next 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hello, good morning. I was going to say happy anniversary. We're celebrating. It's a party. I don't know what's going on with my brain today.
It could be your anniversary, and if so, happy anniversary.
Yes, happy anniversary.
If it is,
went with that.
Happy day, yeah. You love a block party, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big
Many
celebration.
female-owned businesses in the Hydrostone area are celebrating
Super
anniversaries.
cool.
Yeah. It's going to be a very exciting time.
You got to go out and check it out. I know I've had some of the chocolates there. So good.
Yeah,
You just
Michelle's
walk in.
Bakery, remind me the name?
Michelle Ashley's.
Michelle
Yes.
Ashley's.
And it smells incredible. We had customers coming in buying fresh bread, cupcakes, you name it. I was like, yum. Yes.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, for me, it's the homemade turtles. They're called something else, like a pecan cluster or something.
Ooh,
but like,
my God.
Sign me up.
Oh, everything
So
fresh.
good.
Fresh homemade stuff or house-made in these places. Yum, yum, yum.
Exactly, and 10,000 Carrot Rabbit Rescue that was on our show yesterday will be actually at Michelle Ashley's.
Oh, neat.
Lots of vendor
Fantastic.
pop-ups. Yeah, we'll learn more about that later in the show, but very cool event. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Okay. Well, weather-wise today, if you have a block party planned, well, I would love to have a block party right here on this gorgeous park in Hampton.
Right in the middle. Why
yeah,
not?
in the middle, but what?
Right? Well, we do have a chance of showers moving into Hampton across New Brunswick this afternoon. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out. Quite warm to start, though. 14 degrees right now in Fredericton, 16 in Charlottetown, 15 degrees in Halifax, 13 in Sydney, and 12 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a rainfall warning across parts of Newfoundland until early Thursday morning. So you can see this system tracking across parts of Atlantic Canada. Still holding on to some shower activity for the Maritime region to start your day. Showers will return across New Brunswick this afternoon. And then for Newfoundland, a chance of showers will turn into periods of rain. Here's a look at our current wind forecast. It is going to be a bit of a breezy day ahead for the Maritime region. As of right now, 48 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang with 26 in Sydney, 28 into North Cape, wind gusts of 69 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. And we begin with results from Tuesday's by-election in Nova Scotia's newest riding. It's called Sheddycamp Marguerite's Pleasant Bay, and it's hoped its creation will help give a bigger voice to Acadians in the province. In the end, it was a decisive victory for PC, Claude Bourgeois, beating Liberal candidate Dennis Cormier by 235 votes. New Democrat Trevor Poirier came in a distant third with 258 votes, with the Green candidate garnering 44. Yesterday's by-election marked the end of a short campaign, given that the new riding was announced less than 4 months ago. There were almost 4,000 registered electors in the riding and nearly 2,700 cast ballots, so voter turnout was nearly 69%. In New Brunswick, jurors are scheduled to return to court this morning to continue deliberations in the double murder trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys. The 12 jurors were sequestered yesterday after closing arguments from the Crown and defense. 46-year-old Roman Commissioner is accused in the stabbing deaths of a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old in January of last year before attempting to take his own life with a nail gun to the head. The boys' identities are protected by a publication ban. The accused has pleaded not guilty to the charges. A man is in hospital after a shooting in Halifax Tuesday morning. Police say the 25-year-old victim was found suffering from a gunshot wound just after 9:30 a.m. in the city's West End. He was taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say they do not believe this is a random incident. A former Fredericton police officer has been charged with perjury, uttering forged documents, and breach of trust.
It is paramount that we communicate not only through our own means, but also with the media to let the public know that we're taking these steps to ensure that any event that's taking place within the organization is being dealt with swiftly.
According to Fredericton Police Chief Gary Forward, information came to light back in November about the alleged actions of former Constable Andrew Savoy. The chief says the force realized the issues may have been criminal in nature late last year. They brought in an outside police force to investigate. Savoy joined the force in 2023 and resigned in January of this year. The charges against him have not been proven in court. 5 years in and more than $1 billion in spending, and Nova Scotia's promise to set up a universal mental health care system has a lot of gaps. That's according to the province's Auditor General, who made 10 recommendations Tuesday on how government can improve services. Among other issues, Kim Adair noted there are no service standards in place to ensure there's equitable access to care across the province, and no reporting on how the system is performing.
Things like the location, hours of service, transportation, is it close to parking, bus routes, and then also identifying the needs in the particular areas of the province.
The challenging part, I think, for many governments across the country is just the demand, right? So we'll continue to do what we can to increase the access, and we'll get these recommendations done.
The department says it's committed to implementing the recommendations in the report. Finally, a Halifax art exhibit is getting up close and personal with its portrayal of African Nova Scotians and their rich history. CTV's Vanessa Wright stopped by for a preview of Through Generations.
They're Scotians, they're black Scotians from all over the province. And, you know, what's incredible is there's generations of different families, and they're people that you may interact with every single day if you're in province.
The photos were taken at an African Heritage Month gala 2 years ago. Recently, there was interest to repurpose the portraits and create this immersive exhibit called Through Generations. It captures the lineage and rich history of African Nova Scotians of all ages.
We've had a lot of tourists, people who are not from Nova Scotia, come in, and it pulls them in just based off of the high quality of the art, the high quality of the photographs and the story that they're telling. And so people want to know more is the main thing that I'm taking away, is people go, where did this come from? What's the history here?
The exhibit officially opened up at the Tubi Theatre along Halifax's Quinpool Road and plans to stay open until September, keeping these friendly faces on display, hoping someone will ask about the story behind them. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Oh, beautiful portraits.
Yes.
Thanks, Vanessa, for that story.
Love it. Love the older ones, of the children especially.
Oh, I know.
Speaking of the children, they love giraffes.
The children love the giraffe.
I do, anyway. It was National Giraffe Week this week. World Giraffe Day, rather, was this week. It's an annual event held to raise awareness and critical funds for conservation. And it's hosted by the Giraffe Conservation Foundation to highlight the significant challenges that these animals face in the wild. I can imagine what it's like to have a long neck like that.
Oh.
It's celebrated at zoos around the world. These images were taken at the Toronto Zoo specifically, but look at how tall and wonderful they are. There's the mama and the youth. Yes, our director, Vicky Audley, and the reason she knows this is a long story that she'll come on and tell you sometime, but she's allergic to giraffes.
Yes, yes, she
There's
is.
a younger one yet.
Aww.
I love giraffes.
They're so pretty.
Giraffe Day, it's always Giraffe Day in my books, but officially this week we mark the occasion.
It's just fun to say Conservation Foundation.
I know, the Conservation Foundation. It's a situation.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's happening this week, not in our region necessarily.
No, but we'll talk about what is with the community calendar. So the Rogersville Country Festival returns in New Brunswick this weekend. From June 26th until the 27th, you can come out and enjoy this 2-day festival featuring some of the best country music artists around. Camping is also available on site. For additional information, head over to their website. And the Kaylee in the City returns in Charlottetown for its 16th season. Today, the first concert kicks off at 6:30 p.m. at the Jack Blanchard Center. To learn more, contact the number on your screen. And you can come out and celebrate woman-owned local business in Halifax with the Isleville Street Block Party. It takes place this weekend. We'll have more details on the show, but it is going to be on Saturday at 10 a.m. There will be so much offered. All right, and if you do have an event taking place, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
And so with that, we're going to go join the party. Specifically, Latavia is going to join the party. That's after the latest look at the forecast. But yeah, we'll be taking a look at a local retail celebration block party that's happening in Halifax's North End. Details are up next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:44, taking a live look at Brundridge Point. 14 degrees with cloudy skies early this morning, expecting some shower activity to move back into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Quite warm starting off your day already. 15 degrees right now in Halifax, 16 in Charlottetown, 14 degrees this morning in Fredericton with 11 in Labrador City and 12 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have a rainfall warning currently in effect for parts of Newfoundland until early Thursday morning, expecting some heavier rainfall totals between 50 to 80 millimeters. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. A cloudy start to the day for New Brunswick. We are still holding on to a chance of showers early this morning for parts of Prince Edward Island, as well as across Nova Scotia. Parts of Labrador seeing showers, as well as much of Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, that chance of showers transitions over to rain for Newfoundland, and then a chance of showers will return for New Brunswick with the risk of thunderstorms. Into tonight, holding on to a bit of shower activity before clearing out for all 3 maritime provinces. That will take us into our forecast for Thursday. We are going to see sunshine return for all 3 maritime provinces. A low chance of showers will return as well. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, looking at around 2 to 5 millimeters across New Brunswick, and for parts of Nova Scotia, 5 to 10 millimeters expected. Heaviest being into North Mountain at 10 to 20 millimeters. And then for Newfoundland, we are going to see the heavier totals there, 40 to 50 millimeters for Gander. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, starting off with a bit of a cloudy start to the day, seeing some sunny breaks for parts of the province, and then a chance of showers this afternoon, a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs will range from 19 to 24 degrees, being the warmest into Fredericton, wind gusts of 40. For Prince Edward Island, looking at shower activity throughout the day today for parts of the province. For others, we will be seeing clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud, with highs between 14 to 18 degrees, being the warmest into Summerside. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, we are going to see shower activity throughout your day today. Daytime highs ranging from 15 degrees in Sydney up to 20, wind gusts of 40. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, going to see a chance of showers clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud late this afternoon, with highs between 18 degrees in Yarmouth up to 25 in Shelburne. For Labrador City, lots of sunshine today with a high of 18 degrees. 9 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Showers will transition over to rain into the afternoon. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Now we're going to throw things over to the Hydrostone area. Something very exciting is happening in the Halifax area. The Isleville Block Party is going to be taking place this upcoming weekend. Joining us this morning is Michelle, who owns Michelle Ashley's Bakery, and you'll be sharing with us all the details of the event. But before that, tell us about Michelle Ashley's Bakery.
Absolutely. So this is my little dream come true, and it's a mixture of gourmet chocolates and all baked goods, cupcakes, you name it. Freshly baked bread, biscuits, all my kind of love for baking and chocolate put together.
Well, it smells divine in here. It's my first time here, so I'm very excited to take a look around. But before we get to that, we're talking about the block party that's taking place this upcoming weekend, featuring all the local shops on the street. So tell us about the event and what we can expect.
Absolutely. So we're all kind of celebrating different milestones. For us, it's our 4th birthday in this location, which is very exciting. We love that. And we're all going to be having different deals and fun giveaways and raffles, you name it. We're kind of just having a big birthday bash all together.
So you're celebrating a big milestone, which is incredible. Congratulations on 4 years. So if we come in here, I believe you had mentioned beforehand that you're going to have some new flavors to try.
Yes, so we're going to have all of our favorite cupcake flavors, like a strawberry shortbread and some new truffle flavors to sample too, which will be super fun. And we'll also have our favorite 10,000 Carrots Rabbit Rescue.
Yes.
They'll be here and we'll be doing 50-50s to support the rescue and lots of other fun giveaways and whatnot. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
We're going to jump over to another local brand and take a look at what they're going to be doing for the Isleville Block Party.
We'll see you there.
Very excited to be talking to Becca and Jesse, the founders of Albin Lane Candle Company. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Hi. Okay, so we're talking about the fact that you've been here for a year. We have a block party coming up, and you just launched your summer collection. Tell us about the summer collection.
Oh my gosh, I think it's my favorite collection we've ever done. It's very greenhouse themed. So it's all those like light, airy, almost fresh, and a little bit of like dirt smelling candles, and they're so good. It's definitely my favorite collection we've ever done. We have 4 in the collection. So we've got Tomato Vine, which smells like fresh tomatoes. We have Morning Dew and Peony, which is floral, but not like overly floral. It's really like fresh, I would say. And then we have Herb Garden, which smells like basil, mint, all those goodies. And our last one is Fruit Tree. So it's got like notes of peach, pear, but again, isn't overly like fruity. Like it's all very earthy.
I love them as per usual. You guys did an incredible job. So with the block party coming this weekend, what can people expect?
We are going to be starting at 10 a.m. on June 27th. And it's the whole block. So all of the local businesses here, which are all women owned. So we've got Michelle Ashley's, East Coast Dog, Aura, Women's Wellness Center next door. We're all going to be running different fun on promotions. We're going to be giving away lots of goodies. We ourselves are doing 50 goodie bags for the first 50 purchases. Everyone's going to be getting a little goodie bag full of, you know, full-size product, all the things, local goodies, and we're all going to be having a couple other local businesses pop up as well. So that'll be really exciting because we're going to be hosting some friends. So hopefully the weather will be good, and we just cannot wait.
Well, fingers crossed. This is going to be a great turnout regardless. Thank you guys so much, and we can't wait to check out the block party.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, welcome back. Might not be swimming weather just yet around the region, but that doesn't mean that we can't start sharing our favorite places to go for a swim this summer. Maybe adding it to the list. Latavia can't wait. Like, she's ready.
Oh, I've been ready.
I know, you love swimming.
You love it.
I'm obsessed.
Oh, mermaid.
Yeah.
So here are some of your suggestions. So let's start with Jennifer from St. John. My favorite beach is right at home at Treadwell Lake in St. John. It's right across the street from the St. John Airport. There are no public beaches here, though. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one.
That's cool. Conveniently located near the airport, too, so you can just go fly to St. John, go for a little dip, and fly back.
Exactly. That's true. Just look at the planes take off.
That's the photo.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Sheesh, McGeesh, it's gorgeous.
Looks gorgeous.
Makes you want to just run off the dock and jump.
That's my favorite thing to do.
So inviting.
Barefoot. Oh, love that. Next up, we have Tanya, who says, we live close to Crystal Crescent Beach, but prefer to hang out at home with my kiddos in our saltwater pool with my assistant supervisor, Harley. And we're having an exclusive look at Harley as well. That's up next.
Oh, my gosh.
That looks perfect.
That water looks inviting. That was what I was going to say. Other than beaches, my favorite place to swim is other people's pools.
Absolutely. I invite myself over all the time.
Harley is very well on the job. I like it.
Right? Also, don't you love a saltwater pool?
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
If it's heated as well.
I like the smell of chlorine, too, though.
Me too.
You guys really?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. That is unique. I did not know that.
It just reminds you of good times.
Exactly. Reminds me of summer.
Oh, that's a good point. All right, next up we have Jeanette. Love our North Shore beaches, particularly Brackley Beach and Stanhope Beach.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's
very nice beaches.
True. Those are good
Well
ones.
said, Jeanette.
Oh my gosh, you can't find a bad beach in PEI nowhere or around here. Marlene loves swimming in the ocean, never boring, running and jumping waves, and love making sandcastles.
Oh, yeah, jumping in the waves is so fun. That's one of the things you can only do in the ocean, really.
It's true.
It's true, yes.
And you get knocked over.
Knocked over, you
laughing.
go in the house after, and your bathing suit is just filled with little rocks.
Yeah, or sand.
Yeah,
all covered.
Sand.
Yeah.
So good. I can't wait to have a sandy car.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you to everyone who sent us time to let us know where they like to go.
Is there another? Sorry to cut you off. I was going to say, is there another beach that you like around here?
I have not actually swam at this place, but I would love to swim in the Lido in Chester. Like they have a little, it's like a little cement pool, but it's a Lido, so that means they let the ocean water in, and you can swim in this little kind of half ocean, half pool situation.
That sounds fun.
And they have another similar kind of situation at the Algonquin Hotel.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
So I would like to try both of those places.
Nice. No one mentioned the Halifax Harbor.
You can swim there, though, technically.
That you can, yeah.
I know.
I love the steps into the ocean.
Yeah, from the Halifax waterfront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not dared yet go swimming in the harbor. Although my daughter goes to St. Mary's University, and she and her friends do cold plunge in the harbor all the time.
They do.
So it can be done.
I can imagine how cold it is.
Okay, let's check in on the Eagle Cam. I wonder how Helene is doing today.
It grows so
This is courtesy of our friends at the Port Moran. Okay, we've got quite a bit of action happening. We've got either Bruce or Suji there. And then Helene is behind.
Ooh, spreading
look
her
at her wings.
She's huge.
Whoa. Wow.
She's going to take off any day now.
She's getting ready. She's getting ready to fly. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go.
She's grown into her talons.
She's like, Mom, where's the eel?
Yeah.
I need my morning eel.
Hungry. That's adorable.
That's really, oh my gosh, they're looking good. But you can see how big she is in comparison to the parents. Like, she's getting there.
She's like almost just as
Weekly.
big.
Yeah.
Just look at that wingspan.
Wild.
I wonder if they fly away, do they come back? Like, do they come visit each
To the
other?
same nest? I don't know. Well, like, what'll happen? Will she have her own nest next
We
year?
need an update.
We need a
Will she be
zoologist
back?
on standby.
If the parents come back to the same nest, Helene will just come back and do her laundry and grab a few groceries.
Yeah, exactly, right? Checking in, I'll grab the seal, I gotta go.
Exactly.
Oh, love that.
Okay. Well, we've got just a few seconds left in our show today. It's now 8:57. You've got somewhere to be by 9. Scoot out the door. We loved having you. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 a.m.